صباح الخير مشاهدينا وين ما كنتوا عم بترافقونا اليوم عبر شاشة OTV. أنا جوال برحب فيكم من امباسادورز كورنر. بيسعدني بهالمناسبة اليوم رحب مجددا بسعادة سفير الهند في لبنان دكتور محمد نور رحمن شيخ. نمستي.
Namaste. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Excellency. I hope you are doing well. Thank you again for responding to our invitation and being here with us in OTV platform. Today, for sure, as we have discussed it previously and agreed upon, our main topic is Waves Summit 2025 that happened or occurred in India, Mumbai precisely, May 1st till May 4. A very important initiative that has been held or hosted by the government of India. How can you share your insights about Waves?
Well, thank you once again, Joel, for having me in OTV. It's a pleasure to be here. In fact, when you were telling me that, we need to talk about Waves. So, of course, Waves stands for, it's the first edition that India hosted in Mumbai from 1st to 4th of May. This is hosted by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. WEB stands for World Audio Visual Summit. And, we are glad that you and two other delegates from Lebanon could participate in that summit.
Thank you for this invitation.
And we will, of course, would love. I am sure you would be able to share with the audience, our experiences of it. But to just give a broad, context of it, there were 90 countries were represented in this summit.
True.
There were more than 10,000 delegates who participated in this summit, both from India as well as from these 90 countries around the world. And this had, a cross section of topics. It's on audiovisual, film, content creation, innovations, sustainable development. You name it, and it was all there in the field of media, entertainment, film, and other related sectors. And of course, we all heard Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi speaking, giving a very motivating speech and very relevant speech. It was indeed
a very motivating
speech. Yes, and we were very happy to see the great the output of this summit, which kind of connected the creative innovations, the content, various new discoveries in this field. And best practices were exchanged, and a lot of MOUs, a lot of agreements came out of it for further collaboration and cooperation. We are also happy to note that just before the summit was to take place, with the guidance of the Minister of Information, His Excellency Dr. Paul Marceau, a memorandum of understanding was signed between NNA of Lebanon,
yes,
National News Agency, and a counterpart of India, which is ANI.
There must be an exchange with the two NNAs between Lebanon and India.
Yes, okay. And this was signed, and we expect that more collaboration will happen in this sector as well. So, of course, to take forward, I would obviously, ask you, as a participant, one of the three participants in this summit, to also share your experiences with, with the audience, not only of the summit, but also your experience of visiting India. Yes.
Well, actually, first, allow me from this platform to address all my respect to you, Excellency, and to really and highly thank you and thank the Embassy of India for this initiative. In my capacity as a delegate or envoy who was sent and you placed all your trust sending me to India to make this media coverage in Waves Summit. First, allow me to say that India is a very beautiful country. I have discovered and I have reach out to a point to discover all this beautiful environment, the beautiful people, the amazing atmosphere that has been, it's a melting pot or a mixture of all positive things. Talking about Mumbai, the city that is very vibrant with all tourists, with a multicultural background. You see the poor people and you see the very rich people. This mixture or this difference that exists, it shapes, if you want to say the least, the true identity and patrimony of this very, very beautiful country that should be put in the spotlight for a high touristic destination or attraction by especially Lebanese tourists who like to travel. To talk about Waves Summit, I have seen that India, by doing such, or by just gathering 90 countries, more or less, to say the least, it's trying to shape the ties between the countries for a multi-dialogue, a very important communication between countries, especially in terms of advancements, developments, cultural exchange, and so on. And you tell me more, Excellency, if you kindly share your insights. Before asking you the question, I would like to extend my warm regards to the whole government of India, a very active, dynamic, energetic government that they never sleep. They want the best for their country. Allow me from this platform. Getting back to you, Excellency, you in person, how can you share your insights about this communication, or how this summit, Waves, has shaped and will continue to shape the ties, if I'm not mistaken, between all countries?
Yes.
Kindly.
Yes, thank you, Joel, for your, all those great words about the embassy and my team in the embassy, as well as government of India. We were also very glad that delegates from Lebanon could participate in this very important summit in its first edition. I think this was, being the first edition, we were having a lot of deliberations about it, both internally as well as with all the embassies around the world. So there was a lot of efforts put in so that, we set out a standard for this summit, because if the first summit becomes very successful, obviously the expectations can be enhanced further, So we were all working very hard, and the idea was, because the field of media, audio-visual, content creation, innovation, cultural exchange programs, a lot of changes have happened in the last couple of years. Of course, if you see, there's just a lull during the COVID period, but otherwise it has been growing exponentially. And of course, Mumbai, the place where the summit was held, is of course India's, nerve center of the Indian Bollywood. The Bollywood industry is actually based in Mumbai, and all the Indian film personalities were there in the summit. Yes, all of them, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar, everyone, like all the big personalities were all there in that summit. And also from, the music industry, from content creation, animation, the cultural artists, icons, they all were there. And then there was, kind of so many exchanges of ideas, so many, innovative ideas that were discussed in this platform. I think this will be good for, it'll be a kind of a common good for the world, not only for India, of course, for all the partner countries, I would say. And
for all the stakeholders.
Yes, of course. And because now, with social media, with, various forms of media, I think distance is not a factor anymore. I see in Lebanon, Indian films are so much popular. The Indian, web series and serials are so much popular.
Definitely.
And it's not just now; it's from for many years now already. So I think this kind of summit, the kind of exposure, the kind of things that have come out of it, I think it will kind of and as I just mentioned, the MOU between NNA and Indian counterpart ANI, this will also kind of lay a lot of ground, for further exchange of, information, of media, content and other things forward. So this is like a reflection of the great ties like we have with the countries like Lebanon, since my coming here in August 2023, I have also seen it by my own eyes, the kind of warmth and cordiality the Lebanese government, Lebanese people have about India and Indian culture. So and media and other related fields. So we are very glad that such a summit could happen this time, very successfully with participation from Lebanon, and we believe that this will enhance further cooperation in all these related fields also
for the future coming days. Excellency, how do you see the advancements of India in terms of high technology, space reaching, and innovation? All of these advancements or development, how did they align with the themes of Wave Summit 2025?
Well, India is a very unique country where you have the best of technologies, but at very affordable cost. So if you see the number of TV channels, if you see the number of personalities who are working in this thing, the experts in content creation, innovation, audio, video, film, this and that. So the technology use is of world class. But if you see in terms of the cost, affordability, it's very, very affordable. So I think that's the beauty of India.
Yes.
Like, and this applies to so many other sectors also. If you take the example of pharmaceuticals, for example. The Indian medicines are world renowned. Many of these companies are in the top league of the pharmaceutical sector. But if you see the cost, it's very affordable. So I think in the healthcare sector in India, tourism, I mean, when you mentioned it yourself, the tourism sector in India, I mean, going to India, of course, we are also trying to, establish direct flights, between India and Beirut, which used to be there, earlier.
This should be established again.
Yes, exactly. Yes, certainly, because from 1950s till about 1975, when the unfortunate civil war took place, the Air India was actually operating direct flights from Beirut to Mumbai. So we are, we're trying to see, if this is actually reactivated.
Like 8 hours.
It would be around 7 hours, around 7 hours.
Exactly.
Direct flight. Yes. So we're working on that very seriously about it in coordination with government authorities and Middle East Airlines and our Indian Airlines and government authorities. So we were hopeful of that because when you visit yourself and see for yourself, there's a lot of impact that you can see. Like when you go to Mumbai, you can go to Goa, you can go to Kerala, Delhi, you can go to
you can travel, exactly,
like Taj Mahal in Agra, Jaipur, so many. I mean, you can go to Himalayas, you can go for Ayurveda, you can go for yoga, for cultural experiences.
I haven't been to Himalaya yet, but I will make it for sure.
Yes, for sure, most welcome. So waves is one aspect where you see that 10,000 delegates were there, 90 countries were represented there. So besides the focus of the audio visual and the content creation and film and other entertainment industry related aspects, it was also looking at the tourism, trying to understand about Indian culture, giving exposure to the niceties and beauty of India to the world. So, and of course the technological innovations that India have achieved in so many areas. So that's a kind of thing that was also one of the objectives of this kind of summit. Yes.
Let me give a few information to the dear audience in Arabic about waves very shortly. إذن قمة ويفز تمثل منصة حيوية لتبادل الأفكار والرؤى حول الابتكار والقيمة المستدامة. وقمة ويفز حصلت في ويفز في مومباي الهند من أول أيار لغاية 4 من أيار، وإنها مساحة جامعة تجمع بين القادة وصناع القرار والمبتكرين من مختلف الدول لتشكل مستقبل أكثر إشراكاً. هذه القمة فتحت المجال أمام مشاركة الأفكار الرائدة وتبادل هذه الأفكار من مختلف أنحاء العالم، ودفعت باتجاه بناء شراكات استراتيجية لمعالجة التحديات البيئية والاقتصادية. ونحن نعلم أن الهند قد قطعت شوطا كبيرا في الابتكار، خاصة في مجالات الحوكمة الرقمية والأقمار الصناعية والطاقة الشمسية، وهذه الإنجازات تتماشى تماما مع موضوعات القمة أو تماشت مع موضوعات القمة، إلى جانب أن الهند هي مشهورة ومعروفة بصناعة السياسات أو وضع السياسات التي تسعى إلى تنمية أو تحقيق تنمية مستدامة من خلال التكنولوجيا. India is known indeed for its booming IT sector. How can you showcase this booming or advancement or high development with the summit of waves?
Yes, we just mentioned, like the use of technology, the social media, the IT infrastructure in this field, audiovisual, film, innovation, all this, 3D and films and other things. So the use of IT, use of technology is very much relevant there. And as I also mentioned, the technology are of highest global standards, most high tech. But in terms of the cost, it's very, very affordable, and so this is a kind of impact on the ground. That's why you see so many films being produced, so many web series being produced, so many media-related products, being out in the field.
A country that never sleeps.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, certainly. And particularly since you were in Mumbai, you saw it yourself. Like just a 24/7, thing. It's alive there. The local, the infrastructure, the transportation.
And it's booming.
Yes.
Everything is booming.
Yes. I mean, like
the building.
When you mentioned about the diversity between the rich and poor and all those things, see, just to put that in perspective, we had the absolute people below absolute poverty line used to be like around 20%, like some years before, maybe 2 to 3 decades before. Now it is less than 1%.
Yes.
The people below the absolute poverty line, which is like a great achievement. I think within a couple of years we'll be able to come out of that poverty. So, and then everyone is contributing to this process of development. The country of our size, having 1.45 billion people, and Mumbai itself has about 20 million people in one city. It's like in the top 10 most popular cities of the world as well. And despite that, you have a very a prosperous city. The trains are running on time, the buses are on time, the taxis, the movement, people, industry, offices. The film industry itself, over there. So, it's like, of course, population is there, but then, it becomes an asset for all these economic activities and various other activities. So, certainly, the use of IT. And of course, the main center of IT is not very far from Mumbai. It's in the southern state of Karnataka, in Bangalore, the city of Bengaluru, and the city of Hyderabad. These are known as IT hubs for India. So and there's support for elsewhere in the world also, for many countries around the world, for developing software, and various other things. So this sector, the audio video sector, the entertainment, content creation, innovation, anything related to culture, film, this is the use of technology will only get enhanced. And now with, of course, AI coming in, with the artificial intelligence coming in a big way, the robotics coming in a big way, I think the industry is also kind of, aligning itself and adjusting itself to kind of use all these new technologies for the better good. Yes.
Excellency, in 2 minutes left for us from this interview time, what is your message, especially to the Lebanese audience, or as an outcome from WAVE's summit, especially that there is a strong tie between Lebanon and India?
Well, like India will always remain a great and close friend of Lebanon. Obviously, we are very happy to see that Lebanese delegation could participate in such a summit. We'll continue this kind of efforts in future also. And the government of India and through the Embassy of India will be continuing support to Lebanon. We have an Indian battalion in UNIFIL, 900 strong Indian army battalion is there, which is into the peacekeeping forces for the last 26 years. We'll continue doing that. We'll continue doing a lot of quick impact projects in health sector. We are renovating several stadiums in the south, where primary health and things like that. So we'll continue working closely, ITech programs, training programs for government officials and private people, scholarships for the students of Lebanon. So we'll continue working in all these fields, including media and elsewhere. So thank you very much for having me, and then I'm sure audience will visit India more often.
For sure, definitely. Excellency, I want to thank you from this media platform until we meet again for future interviews. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
مشاهدينا فاصل ونرجع لكم.